Hey, Friendz, this is Rodney.
What's up, fam? This is Lakiba.
What's up, everybody? It's Kapitol P.
Hey, to the now, it's Nasha.
And welcome to conVo with
Friendz.
What's up, guys? We have a lot to cover today. But first and foremost, we want to say we got Kapitol P in the building. He's going to share with us today. And we are missing Ernest. Ernest went on vacation, got his shirt off and everything. So make sure you go like his picture.
What's up, Ernest?
We missed you in the studio, bro, but we going to hold it down for you.
Absolutely.
But like I said, if this is your first time tuning in to Come Up With Friends podcast, we are a podcast talking about finances, political views, relationships, gossip, pop culture. You know, we just have a good time here. So we want to say thank you for tuning in and listening to us. It's your first time coming in. And also, you guys, subscribe, like, and share. Follow and donate to the podcast. You can always donate to us on whatever podcast platform you listen to us on in the description box. But let's start with our week, you guys. Lakiba, how was your week, sis?
Sow a seed.
You got sow that seed.
Sow a
now.
seed.
Sow that seed. And get 5 stars.
Right. Absolutely. Send some coins this way. But, you know, I had a really long week. A long week, but a good week. Definitely making some great boss connections.
Hey,
you know, I'm always about the coins, you know, because somebody got to keep these lights on. So a very productive but busy week.
Okay.
Definitely.
Let's let the guests go last. Nasha, how was your week?
I had a crazy week. I got scammed this week.
Wait a minute.
And the house that I had my
Oh, yeah. She's
heart desire on fell through. No, in a bad way. It fell through, like literally fell through the floor. I have been looking at this house for the last 2 months, turned in all my paperwork, and the owner decided not to do business. But the realtor kind of told me because, you know, they got a better offer. You know, they want to sell it, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, whatever. So I started looking for another place. I went on, where did I go? I went on Zillow. Zillow. There it goes. I went on one of those websites and I applied for a house. They start emailing me. They email me the application. And guys, guess what? As soon as I turned in the application, I emailed it right back. As soon as I turned it in, within 7 minutes later, I got an email from the unemployment office saying I just submitted a claim. And I just immediately knew it was them because I know no one else had my information.
These scammers.
Like, and I cussed them out. I was like,
I know you did. I know you did. I can't even imagine.
I already have a claim. Duh, bitches. I already have an unemployment claim. You can't
playing with me.
You can't play with my coins. You see me, Lakiba? And it was just like crazy because they was like, "What are you talking about? I'm here to give you a house, ma'am. Are you okay?" Like I was dumb. Like I knew who I just handed my information to. I get an email. So watch out, guys. It's scammers.
I would say, yeah. You know, I say, yeah, meet me at this location. I would have had the police sitting on goddamn. Y'all scammers. These people don't go through all kinds of
Rodney, right?
trying to do
and
shit.
Then they text me the next day after I talked to you about it, Rodney. They text me the next day and said, "Do you still want the house?"
I said, "Bitch, pull up to this."
I said, "Meet me at the house." They said, "Have you went by the house yet?" They kept on saying, "Have you?" I don't really think the house was the house because they kept asking me how I went by the house, and I thought about it. Why would I send any of my information and I haven't driven by a house?
Right.
So that's where I feel like I messed up. But the people got my social, they got everything, and they submitted an unemployment claim, and that was my week.
They
so
PPP'd you, unemployed you.
they probably did all that. Like I'm thinking, I'm waiting to see other emails, but the only thing they messed up is that they left my email, and I already have an unemployment claim, so they probably was denying them and didn't want them to.
And she got locked out. She said,
"I got locked out." Yo, when I tried to check my unemployment claim that I've been waiting for since January, they said too many times, and it was my first time going into the claim that day.
Yeah.
So those people was
That's
they out here scamming.
"Yeah,
They hungry out here, y'all.
Scammers.
That's unfortunate.
I was looking for a house. I wouldn't have never thought that. Now I understand applying for credit, applying for a job or something like that, but
that's why you can't really trust nothing now. You put your stuff out there, you don't know who the hell you're
dealing with.
Yeah. So that was my week, guys. Crazy.
I hope it get better.
I have to be out of my apartment in like 10 days. So yeah.
Let me help you, Nasha. I don't steal clients, but if you need my services, I'm here.
Kapitol P, how your week going?
Alhamdulillah, I've been good this week, man. Accomplished a couple more of my little short-term goals, climbing the ladder, so I'm straight and I'm enjoying my fast right now. I've been fasting and Ramadan in, so I'm just counting my blessings,
you're
staying
Muslim.
humble, staying out the way this week.
Is Ramadan Muslim?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Ramadan Muslim.
Okay.
That's Sunni.
Okay. Christian over here, but okay.
Okay.
We
respect all
East
people.
And I study religion.
Familiar with
Well, what are you not? You
Stop
are,
it. I don't think we got
studied
time for
religion.
that.
Yeah, you know we don't.
I believe in
we got
God.
time for that.
Not just one
I
of the,
believe in God and I believe in the devil.
Okay, let's move on.
Thank you,
All right, you
please.
guys. So let's start off with the show. And this segment is called Business of the Week. And the business of the week go to Zip Coding Wilmington. Oh my God, my computer just blacked out what I'm saying. So the business of the week goes to Zip Code Wilmington. All right, launch your career as a developer. Zip coders come from all walks of life, no matter your age, gender, educational background, or career. Zip Code Wilmington coaches everyday motivated people from diverse backgrounds into skilled professional developers. Our program will give you the know-how and network to build a career you're excited about, all while doing meaningful work. Join a dynamic group of people hungry to be in control of their career path and love what they do. Become a Zip Coder today. Meet our alumni and see how they transfer their lives and start a coding career in just in 12 weeks. The website, you guys, is www.zipcodewilmington.com, and their IG is zipcodewilm, and that's ZIPCODEWILM, and that is the business of the week, Zip Code Wilmington. All right, now you guys, we're going to talk about this segment called Let's Chat Right In. I found this on good on Google News, and what I have found on Google News, you guys, was well justice goddamn served. And I want to say that Derek Chauvin, whatever your name is, your ass going to jail, I don't give a fuck no more. But I am so happy that he has been found guilty, you guys. This trial's been going on for 3 weeks. And he is the reason why he's on trial. He has murdered George Floyd.
Yep.
He was the one that had his knee on his neck while George Floyd was dying and calling out to his mother. I will never forget that video. That was horrible. And the reason I think this trial was saved because they had a 9-year-old testify today. She was unidentified, and she said she heard the paramedics say, "Get off of his neck." I want to say thank you to all the police officers and everyone who came in and told their truth. Not because he was whatever. Just told the truth. The man was wrong. Derek Chauvin, I do believe in forgiveness, but your ass in the rot in hell. This is how I feel. And this is the 3 counts that he was charged by. The first count is second-degree murder. The second count is third-degree murder, and the last count was second-degree manslaughter. And I think it was well deserved, you guys. And with the jurors, was very interesting to me. It was 3 blacks, 2 biracial people, and 6 whites. And I was just glad that the white people came on in and helped and did the right thing. At the end of the day, we are all people, but it's good to see that we do have some type of good in this world. Because it's crazy.
Yeah. And
y'all know this man has been out on bail since then.
Now that is crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. You killed somebody else out on bail. Like in the racist white people, your people, Republicans.
Stop it.
All Republicans
paid his bail. And then his ass had on the point to ask, can I get my shit revoked? And just say denied. He is now in custody and he will be getting his sentencing in 8 weeks from now. But how do you guys feel about this?
They needed to make an example out of him because enough is enough. After things happen so many times, like you said, you get numb to the fact.
Yes.
But what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. Like we need to definitely reform the police force. Like you should be able to de-escalate a problem without physically harming someone or killing someone, period. And that's what I have.
It's really sad that this country is still in 2021, still racially divided, but there are a group of white people who really do support injustice, and I think this case right here really proves that, black or white or whatever, if you're wrong, you're wrong. Absolutely. And I'm really glad to see what the verdict was, because I would say if it did not come out the way it did, oh my God. I think cities and states and
city would have been told
it would have been
Do you think they made that decision because of what they thought might have come about if they was to make the wrong decision to go the opposite way?
That's a good point.
We couldn't afford it.
That's a good point.
Afford it as a country.
I think that really played some part into it, but I really think that there's a group of people in the justice system, a group of white people. We always talk about, whites that don't necessarily really, get along with black. But I really think that in this season, justice is going to rise up for black and brown people, and this case sets the precedence.
I'm glad Capital P said that because my sister sent me a screenshot of the racist people that say racist shit. And
You always have that.
And your ass earned a shout out today, yo, racist cracker. And the racist cracker today who said some dumbass shit was Brandy Martinez.
Oh, wow.
That's so they won't have the city burnt down and everything else that was going to happen if not. Sad, sad, sad. And that's all I'm got to say. So a person said the reason why he was guilty because of what Kapitol P just said, because they were scared of the outcome of him not being guilty. But I tell y'all what, if y'all would let that white man walk away, that y'all whole city would have been, this whole city would have been gone.
Cities.
Okay? So y'all did the right thing. But Kapitol P, coming from your standpoint, how do you feel about this?
Well, after it became a social norm after a while that you see blacks, African Americans get killed, beaten down in the streets, and then there's no repercussions from it. Nobody getting penalized, nobody getting sentenced. And so to see this for the family that was traumatized and went through that traumatization, George Floyd family and the other family, it's like it feels good for them to get some type of reparations from the little situation that happened with their family members.
Right.
So to see this guy get convicted, of course, it doesn't alleviate all the pain that they went through, but it gives them some type of, it's a start for somewhere with their family. So just seeing us as a people, period, and it felt like you finally get a win. You finally see some type of justice in the system that ain't been on our side for so long. So it's like everybody was watching, everybody was waiting on a decision. It's finally a decision that went in our favor. So, it's just a start, though. There's so many others that didn't have this decision. Hopefully, there ain't gonna be none after this, but there's so many others that didn't have this decision, so many families that didn't get this finalization. So the George Zimmerman, Trayvon Martin, Breonna Taylor.
Just imagine if it was an eye for an eye type of society, how great the world would be. Like, we would think twice before we do things. Like, if we did something to someone and that would happen to us, like half of these cops wouldn't be out here acting recklessly.
Right.
That's a good point. And y'all, you guys, I finally watched Billie Holiday versus America, and I got really emotional.
We shouldn't watch
when I saw.
Look like you trying to get emotional.
Oh, I'm not. But it was just so sad. Like how lynching was just
normal.
Lynching is still it's still technically legal
Modern day
now.
lynching going on right now
Because they try to vote for back in 1937, and the congressmen let it down, and they try to reintroduce the bill again in 2020, and it still didn't go nothing. So that's very alarming. But if you don't know who Billie Holiday is, she is a jazz singer, you guys, who stood for black justice. And she was singing a song called Strange Fruit.
Yeah.
If you have never heard of Strange Fruit, go look it up. It's basically talking about how she basically singing about how strange fruit, which is black bodies, hanging on a tree for the crows to pluck, for the sun to rot, for the wind to blow, for the smell to smell. And and if you can just close your eyes, you can envision seeing black bodies being hung. And it's sad. And that was back in the early 1900s. It's 2021. And we are still dealing with racial injustice.
Right.
And it has to be, something has to be
stop.
changed.
It just really has to stop, because police have to get to the point to where they see people as people and not as black people or brown people.
Yes.
You have to see people.
It's come to a point where you look at the police is the opposition. I see a police car, my kids see the police car, or children see the police. They look at them as opposition. They don't look for them for safety. You're supposed to look at the police or somewhere where the kids or the community can run to safety. When you see the police now, you become scared. You become nervous. You look at them as opposition because you don't know what they're going to do.
But the thing is, every police officer is not bad. And I want to make sure I say that.
Very small percent.
But unfortunately, like they said, one rotten apple will spoil the whole bunch. And that's what's going on right now. They need
we need to
deep
restore
cleaning.
respect.
We do.
And restore respect for authority as well as for the people.
But police officers can't feel like they're above the law. Look how they do the military.
Right. And that's back to my point, too. Not every white person is bad. Not every black person is bad, And I think in this case that there are a group of white people who were really, really in support of
But what
justice
made
being
me
served.
reference back to Billie Holiday? Billie Holiday had a drug problem too, and allegedly George Floyd had a drug problem.
Yeah.
In the day, people have drug issues, you guys.
You're
it's
right.
not funny. DMX just passed away from it.
Right.
Drugs are real,
Drugs
but they
real.
don't make them a bad person because they own drugs. Everybody got a struggle in this world. Some people addicted to porn, some people addicted to spending money. Some people addicted to a lot of crazy shit that we probably don't even know about. So I say this, pray for the people, but don't try to they try to disband this man's case because of fentanyl in his body.
Yeah.
No, sir, you had your fucking neck on this man.
The drug has nothing to do with
your actions.
with the
right.
actions that you showed. That has
Right.
nothing to do because
Exactly.
before you knew I had fentanyl in my body, or so-called fentanyl, or whatever's supposed to be in my body, you didn't know that at the time you had your knee on my neck and the time you were portraying your actions. So that has nothing to do.
Exactly.
Great point.
going on.
Your intentions is what they are.
Period.
All right, but that's my segment for good old Google News.
Thank God for justice.
I want to say out to the George, from the Come Over Friends for the George Ford family. I know he would never come back, but I'm really happy you guys got justice served for that man. But let's move on to Lakiba. Lakiba, what's you got going on your side of the street, sis?
Y'all already know conversation does what?
Rule the nation.
Guess what's ruling the nation today?
What's going on?
Kind of keeping it in that same legal vein. Life After Justice is what I titled it. So it's a story, guys. It's a real good story, and it reads as, at the age of 17, Jared Adams was found guilty of a crime he did not commit, and he was sentenced to 28 years in maximum security prison. Now get this. After serving nearly 10 years and filing multiple appeals, Mr. Adams is now a criminal defense attorney, come on through, who has launched a podcast and a foundation called Life After Justice, which is geared towards bringing more awareness to wrongful convictions. What y'all think about that?
We need more of that.
Wow.
Some
it's
of our
gonna-
story.
Many of our
Watch
brothers are
that.
just locked away and thrown away the key. And so what? They was trying to provide for their family. You need to offer them resources. So what? In this case, he
Yeah.
was wrongfully accused for something he did not do. Just imagine how many little young brothers are riding with their friends that stole a car or robbed somebody, and now he's going down because really he wasn't. He just jumped in the car that day. Just imagine how many men are locked up like that he had nothing to do with.
I have a cousin who was ex like that in Mississippi. Very, very weird. That he went with his friends. Now his friends are gangbangers. I ain't gonna lie. Gulfport, Mississippi got some gangbangers. I ain't gonna lie. And they went and robbed and killed somebody.
Yeah.
Because he was driving the car. Would they gave him just as much as time, and I didn't think that was fair. Like just
Guilty
Guilty
because.
by
going to do?
association.
Yeah, and I don't know what my cousin agreed to that day. I cannot speak for him on his behalf, but I really feel like if you did not do that crime, should you get something? Sure.
Yeah.
If I see somebody kill somebody, I'm not gonna drive the damn car. I'm like, bitch, get away from me.
I'll let me late.
But if you are gonna drive the car, I don't think it should be that like getting 20 years like you actually pulled the trigger.
People are getting
Right.
life for drugs, selling drugs, and a lot of times they was just trying to provide for their families. So, I definitely support this gentleman.
But in this situation, can you really imagine how many black people and brown people go to jail
And are innocent.
And
and are
arson.
innocent? And you served 10 years. 10 years for something
a
that
hurt
you
feeling.
did not even do.
That's a hurt
10
feeling.
years of your life gone. That
It's multiple people incarcerated that's in there for longer periods. They should be in there or wrongly convicted. And
Yeah.
they cases get turned after 10, 15, 20 years. After you done took my life, you put me back in mainstream society, tell me my bad, they go let you out. So,
right.
Do you not get money? Like nothing?
in some cases you get money, but a lot of times they don't give you money. They just let you out or say, well, we was wrong. You won your appeal.
My
You
bad.
got your freedom. You should be good. We let you out. After they wrongly convict you or they took 10, 15
Yeah.
years of your life. And depending on the individual and his mindset when he's incarcerated, depends on the type of individual you're going to be out. Like that man right there that she just spoke of had to be a strong individual because what you get when you're incarcerated and you trying to get back on the other side, you got some people that's fighters, some people that's going to lay down. The fighters you're going to see at the law library. The fighters going to turn into their own criminal lawyer. So when he came home and turned into a criminal lawyer, that means he was in the law library every day. He knew about the
Gotcha.
Eileen case that came out. He knew about the Johnson case that came out. He knew about the Torres case that came out because he was in the law library. Everybody, he was fighting for his life. A lot of individuals get in there, just lay down. They want to play cards all day or dominoes. You got some individuals that's really trying to fight and get on the other side of that wall.
Wow.
So after going to the law library so much every day, in and out, trying to find a loophole in your case and return to mainstream society and get back to your family, you done learned enough where you can be able to be a lawyer because you've been in the law library every day. You might take 3-4 days
point.
off or a week off because you burnt out. because all these terms is new to you. When I first got incarcerated, I know I gotta get this shit back. Ain't no motherfucking way y'all done gave me all this time. I'm finna just we finna figure something out. So now I'm in the law library, I'm reading and shit. Damn, what the hell this mean? You read your first 3-4 hours, you read shit, you don't even know what it means. So now you gotta go get to the bottom of it, see what, and they do that on purpose. For when you're trying to get back, they use the language. The language is the most important thing. A lot of people lose their appeals or get cracked on their appeals because they didn't use the right language. They say, well, you right, you got a loophole, but you ain't say this shit the right way. You ain't use the right language, so we denying it. They know you got a good cause, you got means to get back. But since you ain't say it the right way, we ain't finna let you out because you ain't use the right language. That's the type of shit that go on in the system. I believe that they don't see on this side.
But I do want to say this because my grandfather was a kingpin drug dealer. I don't know what my grandma, my grandmother, my mom was a strong woman, and I don't know if she turned the cheek when she knew what Papa was doing, but it's just kind of, if you were to hear about my grandmother, she's like this Christian, God-fearing woman, and then she married this drug dealer person who had good jobs, but he was a very big drug dealer. Wow. And I always try to tell people, do I think you need to get life for selling drugs? Hell no. But do I think you need to get something? Yes, because when you see crackhead babies, when you see women selling their daughters for a hit of a rock and selling their clothes and stealing kids' TVs and the kid ain't got no food, it's an issue. Yeah. Now, it's a drug dealer. He's guilty, hell yeah. But do I think they need to get like 40, 50 years? Hell no. But something needs to be done because you are actually supplying a person who has an addiction.
Right. Wow.
It goes hand in hand. So I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm an advocate for drugs because I'm not. I don't like it. I don't agree with it because I've seen both. I've seen the good side where you can make the money, and I've seen the bad side where it's families truly affected.
And that becomes an addiction too. Like the addict, that's why I never disrespected when I was selling drugs. I never disrespected any addicts, any fiends, anything because you're addicted to this drug, and some dude, they get addicted to this lifestyle and making this money. So it's two addictions going on. You're addicted to this drug, and I'm addicted to selling you this drug because I'm addicted to what I'm getting from it.
And I got a point. I want to talk about that as we move forward in the show. But to learn more about Attorney Adams, you can visit jaredadamslaw.com.
Y'all, this is a deep podcast today. I'm kind of glad Ernest got us something. I'm going to read this for good old Messy Wendy, a.k.a. Ernest with the T.
Ernest, we miss you.
Yeah, so Ernest submitted to us today, as you gave his segment called Hot Topics. Morehouse Spelman, and Clark Atlanta is now requiring all their students to be vaccinated before they go back to school. So these historical colleges will now require each student to be vaccinated before returning to college. Each student must show proof of vaccination papers before entering campus. And his question for us guys today, so do you think this will be a deal breaker for students that want to attend these 3 historical black colleges? And I'm going to let y'all go first. I'm going to say my commentary for later.
Oh, yours must be really juicy.
It is.
The mask is for the shot, for the vaccine. So the mask is for it, but it's going to be some students that may turn away that's not with it. But it's just like immunization. They need immunization to go to school, like elementary. So they starting all that over again in college, I guess. So
right.
Be out of the norm.
I mean, I think the consideration here is this, that there are a group of people who are not for the shot.
I'm not getting no goddamn shot.
There are a group of people who are not for the shot. And I'm sure some of those people in that group are attending this historically black college. It is what it is. I'm not for the shot. Okay. This is Lakiba. I'm not taking the shot. Y'all can miss me with
if
that shot.
Broke, don't
and
fix
there
it.
are a group of people who feel the same way I feel. And I'll say this and I'll be done. I think schools have a right, whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent, to set rules in their house that they feel will be safe for the students that will be attending the college.
Okay, we'll go last. How you feel, Capital P?
I'm not into taking the shot. I oppose the shot. I feel like they got all the sense. Y'all knew about this shot when y'all first came out with COVID. It's just a part of the process, and they're saying, okay, now implement the shot part. We've had a vaccine, and I just feel like it was all structured, and they know. I mean, you take the shot, it's a hit and miss. You say you got some people whose body's not adjusting to the shot well. Some people bodies rejecting the shot. Some people's bodies accepting the shot. He's getting sick. He's dying. She's doing all right. It's like a hit and miss with the shot. We got a shot. John, everybody got different shots. Like, which shot's the shot? Y'all just like
shoot the right shot,
so
please.
now we the lab rats. Y'all shooting the shots. See if that shit gonna go in or
didn't
not.
even go through enough clinical trials because I mean,
Hello.
even kitchen sinks. I'm telling y'all, I work in marketing, and I done did quite a few studies. It didn't go through enough clinical trials to be a shot just yet. I mean, I would have said like 2 more years, and then maybe I trust that shot.
How did the shot get approved so fast?
Exactly. And
Exactly.
we can't even find a cure
you
for cancer.
unless you planted the virus out there and you had a backup, you had the antidote.
You see what I'm saying?
You know, when you created the virus, you created the antidote at the same time. So don't get me started. But also I wanted to mention, y'all, they was testing for COVID back in February 2019, and I got tested for COVID back in February 2019.
So now everybody that took the shot, we know where you at, we know what you're doing, we can control you, we got a button, we got a shot in you, we can push a button in.
They said parasite.
I cannot with you.
I gotta stop.
I
it now.
cannot with you.
I'm asking y'all, do y'all think that? I'm asking y'all.
I'm
They
about
put
to.
chips in you.
You are not
Asking y'all.
short-headed.
I cannot with Rodney
Not
today.
got her.
I'm just asking.
Let
Do
me
y'all
tell you
believe?
the new news. It's zombie powder. It's Haiti. It's I'm sorry. It's zombie powder that they're putting in the shot.
Hey.
Zombie powder. Did you hear that? Zombie
I
powder.
cannot.
Okay, let me
they can
speak.
Go
control
ahead,
you.
Rodney, because
let-
he's about to spill the tea.
let-
I see
You
you.
got your
Let-
shot yesterday, didn't you?
Let
Parasites
brother
on your
let
brain.
brother Rodney go and speak.
Come on,
Have
come
you
on,
been
brother
sleepy?
Rodney.
So I have been sleepy. I have took the
shot.
shot, and I'm gonna say this: back in the day, I don't know if y'all parents were born in the late 40s, early 50s. In the 50s, every parent that I know have that. Is it the measles
The
shot?
measles shot.
The measles shot. Back in the day, the measles was killing people by alarming numbers. Okay,
More than
alarming
COVID.
numbers. Okay.
Good research.
More
And
than
I'm just
COVID.
keeping it real. And I do believe in immunizations. So I'm gonna throw that out there. That's why I have took the shot. In the day, I'm eating shit all day. I don't know what the hell in this food. I don't know if my damn meat cloned or not. Even for the damn vegans, y'all know if y'all vegetables cloned or not. But we taking the goddamn chance. Breathe this damn fucked up air every day. We don't know what's in this goddamn air. I see on the damn phone where it say is air quality good or bad. And sometimes that shit be in the goddamn middle. So I cannot live my life worried about, oh, it's a government gonna find me. Let me tell y'all something. We have satellites all up and down this goddamn place. They can see in your goddamn house. Have y'all looked at your house on the street and you can type in the address and is that like goes?
Oh, the government know everything.
So
They know where
when
you at.
people talking about the government, bitch,
So-
the government already in your business. Why you worried about that? This going is like, for me, I got shot for people. When people say, "Oh, the government," they already in your business. They already know what you
That
at.
is true.
If they
They
want
are
to
in your
find
business.
you, they know how to find
Control
you.
you.
Let's just be if you that important to find.
They
And you
won't
got-
find me by the shot though.
So I don't think it's nothing in the shot.
the
I think the
airport.
shot
She's
is
at
a
the
good
airport.
preventative. Like, I want to take this because I'm ready to get back to normal. But now when it comes to colleges, it's a lot of people who don't believe in immunizations. And who am I to tell you what you can do, what you should do to your body? I would never have a say so of another human being body. But now when it comes to institutions, you are a private institution, which means you don't receive government funding. You receive whatever you receive from the college. So either you follow that college rule
Right.
or you move the fuck on. It's no back and forth for me. You either go, if you want to come to my school, again, this is my school.
you
You
got
want
it
to come
right.
to the campus of whatever,
Rodney
Spelman,
Wash.
Morehouse, and Clark, you need to have your goddamn shots. And
Appreciate
if you
your
all against a shot, then unfortunately, this school is not for you.
Okay, so once you take the shot, so now you don't need no mask, no nothing. You can just walk.
No, they
around.
say
No,
you still need a mask. You still need a
Yeah, you
mask.
still need a
So
mask.
what?
It
Take
just
the
saying when
shot.
you take it, it just if you it's
Lessens,
lessens the
Or lessens the chances of you.
Of you
Yeah.
getting COVID, yeah.
and you have a higher living rate. I can't think of the word right
a
now.
higher living rate.
Yeah, I mean shit.
Capital P ain't going for that.
Expectation, yeah, expectation.
I mean, I got shots. Hell, when I was a baby, I'm still here. So I don't know. I didn't have a voice as a baby to say I ain't want the goddamn shot in my leg. But guess what? They still shot my fat ass leg with that shot.
Ah.
It sent me around my
Maybe
way.
I watch too much conspiracy theories on YouTube.
Did you feel
'Cause
any
they're-
changes?
Honestly, I was sore. The first shot. Now I ain't gonna lie. I was stiff. I couldn't even do this. I couldn't relax. I was sitting like this.
Oh,
Now the second shot, they said it was the worst point, but my second shot has been it wasn't that bad. Now it is sore back when I had it, but I wasn't like in like pain and like stiff.
What
I
brand
wasn't
did you
stiff.
get?
I got the Pfizer. I don't fuck with Johnson & Johnson. They
I
already
know.
got a recall on Johnson & Johnson right now.
Yeah, the same people that was giving us coochie cancer. Y'all got a shot, a COVID shot.
Wait a minute. I think we need to move to Nasha's segment. 'Cause this,
Coochie cancer.
I know. I'm not
was
even
the baby
gonna,
powder,
I can't
y'all.
find- what?
Oh, they did say that about the baby.
Yeah, with the
powder.
baby.
I
baby
knew where she was going. It's just the
Just the
language.
way it
Like,
came
what?
out. I told you language is important.
Well, this is a grown podcast, and our slogan here
The Johnson &
is
Johnson baby powder that gave us ovarian cancer. Is that proper? Is that proper way to say
ovarian
it?
cancer.
Ovarian cancer. Like I got them. Don't even know what to say. But,
Yeah, I mean, hell, like we say on our slogan here, our podcast is we don't all have to agree, but we respect your opinion. And Nasha, we respect your coochie cancer. But moving, that's all we have for hot topics for Ernest. So, I want to say this too. Just like, if y'all don't know, right, I am part of the LGBT community. I'm not cute and all that other stuff. I'm gay, okay? And so I know at one time Morehouse had a thing where they were going to allow students to wear heels to class, and I was against that.
I thought you was going to say
proud
you
of
had some
you.
heels on.
No, I would never do that.
You should be a hero for all the people that want to trans.
No.
You should be a hero for the
I ain't nobody hero. I'm just
hero.
in
for
the day, this
trans.
is how I feel. When you are gay and straight, shouldn't nobody know what the hell you doing unless y'all about to have sex. Period.
Okay.
And you don't need to don't ask about damn sexuality. It's none of your goddamn business. I tell it myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not trying to have sex with you. It's none of your goddamn business.
Yeah, you shouldn't want to know.
I'm still writing it first. Sex is after. And so when it comes to a school and institution, I think Morehouse has failed, in my opinion, because it's a school for men, and I'm not saying men only supposed to wear they can't wear heels, but respect the campus tradition.
And I
You
agree
get what I'm
with that.
saying?
I
I
agree
think
with
we trying to please all these people, even comes to gay, straight, white, all these. Stop trying to we can't be people pleasers, because once we leave these people pleaser places and the real world hits your ass, the light bill don't care if you a transsexual or gay man, straight man, whatever. Your lights off, bitch. Deal with it. You got money? Money don't see no goddamn color either.
Sexuality,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? If you ain't got the money, you don't turn your lights off. Or we need to stop pacifying this world. Everybody like, oh, it's okay. Let me rub you. You can't say this. So we gonna cancel. But no, when the real light hit that ass, it is what it is. I just to put that out there. I believe in
respect
following
that.
the rules of whatever you go by. And if you don't like the rules, like they say in the words of my mama, make your own shit. But move right along. That's it for a segment for Ernest Hot Topics. Move right on to Republican. Nasha, what's going on at your side of the street, sis?
Hey to the now, back at it again. House rejects Squab attempt to censor Maxine
Representative, put some respect on her.
Representative Maxine Waters.
Thank you.
Over remarks about the Chavin's trial. Was she wrong for her remarks? The call on protesters to be more active and to get more confrontational? No. Yeah, I understand she's Democrat, but I totally support her. Enough is enough. Sometimes we got to fight when we don't want to. And here's a group of senators in the House trying to censor her. Now, her response after the conviction today was she's not celebrating, but she is relieved. Democrats definitely had Waters back. How do you guys feel about her remarks?
Let me go first on this. I'm gonna say this. Now, if I'm gonna chastise Trump for saying go raid the Capitol, I gotta chastise Auntie Maxine for saying get more active and
That's why
get
you
more
my boy,
confrontational. You know, I'm a very what's right, what's wrong.
Right.
So if you are telling people to go and tear down shit, and you are a representative house of a political party official, you should not be saying that that's destructive words.
Impeachment.
And that makes people
censor.
react. So if whatever's going on with Trump, I'm sorry, but you should receive it too. We gotta stop this. Can't nobody say fucked up shit. Can't the Republicans say fucked up shit? Cannot the damn Democrats say fucked up shit? Can you say I think it's crazy that we still going through shit like this? Yes, but should you initiate a riot? Because you are technically initiating the riot. I'm gonna call a spade a spade.
Right.
I cannot hold Trump. I hate Trump. I don't fuck with Trump. But if I gotta hold him to the cross, I gotta hold Maxine to the cross.
You hot today. You hot today. But I will say this. I agree with that. I don't think you should be fighting for justice and peace and then tell people to do the opposite. So I cannot go with Maxine on that. Although I like her, I support her. Mm-hmm. I think she is definitely a voice for the people. But I do not agree with you trying to cause a riot, telling people to be confrontational, go out there, be active, all of that. No, that's not necessary. I will say one thing that I do agree with her on in her response to the conviction is that she's not celebrating. She's just relieved because some people still feel that, yes, we got one in, but there's still work to be done. Mm-hmm. There is still so much work to be done to ensure that Black and brown people get the justice that they deserve.
Definitely not satisfied with the decision. I mean, I'm sorry.
Speak it to the mic.
The decision was a good thing, but we definitely not satisfied. If you look at the ratio of things that went wrong compared to this one right, like it don't make no sense. So we can't. It's not a victory, or we didn't win anything, like she said. Like,
right.
After this, we're in the same situation. We don't know what's gonna happen the next day, and everything that happened in the past, it don't add up. You can't solve it with this one conviction right here. So, Maxine, I don't know where her thoughts was or where she was coming from with it. I wouldn't say that she was trying to start a riot or she was trying to tell people to take a stand. You don't know what if she was drawing off her emotions at the time. So, Maxine, I got a good track record with Maxine. I support Maxine. Right?
I like Maxine.
I like Maxine.
But if I'm going to hold Trump to the same standards, I got to hold my sister to the same standards.
She was getting her
right.
I think political people should speak out and say how they, like this is wrong. Yes. But when you are holding a voted in seat, your power, your words hold more weight than a regular person.
That is true. You have an influence.
She should have said that.
Keep that in your corner.
She said that in the car.
Yeah, you shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't tell everybody.
You should have said that on your drive home by yourself. So,
Well, I enjoyed it because I was all for let's go to the Capitol, y'all.
You was so
peaceful protesting.
Maxine's just tired of this peace. We've been trying peace.
I mean, no, I'm not
again.
peace. I love Maxine. At the same time,
I dig you, girl.
When you are in a political seat, that's what I'm trying to use. Thank God, my brain thinking. When you're in a political seat,
you gotta watch what
you gotta watch what you say
because you are influential.
You are influential.
Yeah. So, Maxine.
If Beyonce would have said it, I wouldn't care because Beyonce is.
And today, she's not a political.
She's not a political seat person.
Bitch up. If they get out of pocket today, man, the political shit all out the window. Turn this shit up. That's what Maxine was saying.
Well, she need to retire anyway. No,
stop it.
But we got that guilty out of there.
You 80 years old and got this, and I thought that's I feel like
up there.
That is a power. What you call it when they can't let go of control?
Power struggle.
That's a power struggle too. When you 80. 81, 80. Why the fuck are you in the office?
She's waiting for
Nasha. She might need the money.
The oldest person to be in office is at the age of 65. Once you over 65, it's time for you to go.
Y'all don't know Maxine.
Maxine was trying to say sometimes you got to go to war to have peace.
She's not the one that's old as hell in there either.
She was just saying we might have to go to war to have peace. That's all she was trying to say.
Even I'm a very peaceful person, but there's sometimes I feel like I need to bite back. No, seriously. Like I feel the need to fight back and bite back. Sometimes we just got to pick our battles. We out here fighting. We losing lives over drugs and sets. And if we're gonna lose a life, we need to be fighting for our freedom. If we're gonna lose some soldiers.
Before you go into your next
your
other topic, I want to ask this question for the table. Now, I did see on Facebook and on Twitter where they said it's good that that white cops are getting caught finally, but what about this black on black crime that happens daily? And I'm gonna say this. I think it's very, what's the word I'm looking for?
We show them how.
What's the word when you say contradicting? Contradicting that we want to hold these cops to a standard, but if a person go around the city and shoot up a whole block and killing a baby, today a 7-year-old got killed this weekend, where is his baby justice? And the argument was, well, they going to jail. That don't make the shit right. Because they're going to go to jail. They don't have to worry about it.
Why these cops are so afraid of us and just stops. Traffic stops. That's why they're afraid of us because they see how rapidly we kill each other.
I ain't saying all that. But I do think it need to be something said on this black on black crime. Like in some place in New Orleans where you couldn't wear a certain goddamn color, you did that beating your ass.
Yep.
They they shooting you up. I got cousins who went to jail for shooting up people.
I think that's a topic that we definitely need to table for another show
Yeah.
because it is.
So start loving
It's
on
been
your brothers
going
and sisters
through-
while they here.
It's been a
Shouldn't take
history for
cop.
so long for black on black crime, and I think to do the topic justice, it's almost a show itself.
You right. You
Yep.
right. You right. So go on to your segment, sis.
All right. So, guys, I got another one for you. Let's get another one out this week. It's so much been going on in the media.
It has
For me not to
been.
follow media, stuff been coming across my desk. And so, due to the new voters laws here in Georgia, the Major League Baseball lead decided to leave Georgia. In my opinion, I don't know if that was a good idea. Now, all-star games are leaving Georgia to protest against voting laws. Yes. My friends got IDs, and they don't mind getting out voting. And many of my friends are felonies, so they can't vote. Why do we always why is black and brown faces always the center of everything? I mean, do they really need our power to move things? Like, what would possess this major baseball league to leave Georgia when Atlanta is the capital for black businesses? They're going to lose money. That's going to harm the economy. Was they thinking that way? Now, when I think about voter suppression, in my opinion, voter suppression is taking your rights away for voting. Many people's rights are taken away from voting. That's voter suppression. And not knowing who to vote for is like the number one. If you don't know who to vote for, you don't know how to do your research and what's good for your community, that's voter suppression. Now, needing an ID, like you should need an ID. Now, wanting to get the paperwork back in before we start counting, that's all. I was all good for that. Now, for these major companies, and this is not the only company that's thinking about packing up and leaving Georgia for the new law, the voting law. So some other voting suppressions is false promises. Yeah, we vote for people. We continue to vote for people because that's all we know. We don't know how to do our own research. That's voting suppression. And I'm not too fond about the paper ballots. I mean, whether I'm a Democrat or Republican, I'm just not too fond about paper ballots. In my opinion, it leaves a gap for fraud. They can be manipulated and thrown away. That's why I have for you guys this week. What are your opinion?
Okay, I guess I go first again because you said a lot of fuckery, and when you say fuck shit, I cannot.
I'm
sit
ready for
still and then sit here. Again, same thing for Spelman and Morehouse and Clark Atlanta. If you don't like the rules, you pack your shit and go. And because the rules that damn Governor Brian Kemp made, companies have the right to either sit here or leave. And if you're gonna be a racist ass bitch, cause that vote that bill some racist ass shit, let these companies leave and let them go somewhere else where they feel like people are respected. And when you said why are black and brown people the faces of everything, because sweetheart, we built everything.
No, they put us in the middle of their madness.
Because that
When they want a
because
agenda to
that
be
bill
moved, they use us
because
and they
that
use
bill
our power.
affects black and brown people. What I do not
Absolutely.
No,
understand.
my friends vote.
Uh-uh.
The ones that can. Now, there's a
Let-
large percentage that can't vote.
Let me say this.
But they get out and
And
vote.
this ain't directed towards you. This is
I
directed
understand.
towards the fuck people. How in the
I'm not-
world
I'm
are
glad
you
I'm on
going?
this side.
How the world are you gonna say that this election was rigged, stolen, whatever? But the Republicans who won, they didn't contest the vote, did they? I'm just I want to see one that said, "Oh, I shouldn't have won. Let's recount."
I don't think
Good
nobody
point.
say that.
But would a Democrat win? Oh,
Everybody want to recount.
Hey, cheated. Let's get a
I
recount.
don't feel like I don't trust.
And the
paper
only
ballots.
reason that Governor Kemp is doing that because he worried that Stacey Abrams is going to win. Why in the fuck are drop off boxes that supposed to be meant to be the fuck outside inside a fucking voting precinct? How the fuck is that convenient for people who just want to drop their shit off? I gotta wait in line to drop my damn package off too.
So, do they plan on continuing this?
Yeah,
ballot?
it's in a bill.
Paper ballot is good. I thought it was just for COVID. So why would they continue?
Now let me
the
tell you
paper ballot?
something. Paper ballot's been here for a long time. That's why TV say stuff. You gotta make sure you know what you're talking about. You look
Yeah.
crazy. You look crazy right now.
But they don't do
Paper
it
ballots
every year.
been going on. This
They
ain't
don't?
nothing new.
I thought COVID.
That's
brought
like
over paper
Ernest said.
ballot.
You guys, it's
Always
old
win.
people. To brother Ernest, he said like older people cannot get out and vote and stand in these lines. Let their grandma, my great grandma, whoever else vote through mail. Like now you got them trying to verify signatures. That's bullshit. Because my signature changed. I have damn 10 signatures on how I feel for the day.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So when you were like, oh, we gotta verify signature, oh, we gotta send you gotta scan you out. That's too much bullshit. Because if the Republicans would have won, would none of this shit be happening.
I don't
And
think
that's
it
why I like
targets-
that fuck shit.
Those new laws, I don't feel like I'm trying to see where they actually targets the black community, the black and brown community.
I'm gonna say this, and we gonna let Capital P get his opinion in. People, y'all better vote
Vote. Get out.
Governor Kemp
The fuck
out.
Why did he get on bad of both sides of both
OUT.
presidents? That's if you think about it, he was on Trump's bad side. Now he's on Biden's bad
Because
side.
the same shit that he's doing for himself, Trump said, do the shit for me, nigga. And Governor Kemp said, fuck you. He said, we don't have no voter fraud in Georgia.
But then-
We have recounted the
he
votes
probably didn't call him a
after
nigga,
vote after vote, and we stand behind our Georgia voting system. Now he
now-
gone, we are going to put in a new law to have voting security because we feel
You
like
sound
something
just
done.
like him, too.
I mean,
Sound like
that's
his
so
voice.
that's so country goddamn
He on- but
dick.
he lands on
He
both
been practicing.
sides.
I mean,
Bad
What
side
you
of
think,
both
Capital P?
Hmm? Yeah, because I can go on.
Because Rodney is on fire today. Okay.
All I can say,
commentator.
all I can say, make the right vote, man. I don't really want to get into this. Dude.
I know. Just
I
just
know.
vote out
We ain't trying to get
Governor
killed.
Kemp. Whatever you do, next time vote him out. What else you got, Nosh?
Out of there, man.
Come on.
What else you got, Nosh?
No,
That's it.
That's
Bible question, you don't
pretty
believe in
much it.
voting?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
You know, I had
Sure.
to fight for my right to vote. You know, I'm a
I know
felon,
that's
so
right.
Now I don't care who you vote for. Like
I'm one of the ones
yeah.
she was speaking of. They playing them games, but when you come home, and if you don't know about the right change of commands to go
on.
about, you're not even gonna know how to vote.
Can't wait to get
You
into
don't
it.
know that you can get your rights.
You
to
gotta
vote.
vote these people out too.
So you
Gotta
think-
vote 'em out.
A lot of individuals think just because you a felony background is you just dead and you can't make no vote. There's certain
A lot of
change of
people
commands
do
you can
that.
go about to get your voting rights back, but they make it so hard for you to make the vote
That's voter
and
suppression.
discourage you. Like, damn, fuck, I don't even want
That's
to vote.
voter
So
suppression.
Nash, you got anything else for us?
That was good, Nosh.
Now
though.
having a system in place to make sure we're being ethical, I believe is fair.
Come through, Nosh.
I don't agree with everything you said, but okay.
But that was good.
That was good.
Y'all don't- yeah,
Leave
that
it
was
right
good.
there, Rodney. Leave it
All
right there.
I've been good, y'all. I've been
You can
good.
be
the last
good.
few days. Okay, well, that's what I have for you guys this week, and stay tuned.
All right, so now we'll move to a segment called Whack Ass of the Day, and this is when somebody do some dumbass shit in my eyes. I ain't was gonna blame the podcast.
Uh-oh. My.
It's in my eyes because it's just some dumbass people in this world. So, Michelle Williams, which is spelled Michel, which I thought was very funny,
Yeah.
but that's her name,
Spell that again.
Michelle Williams. Michael.
Michael.
I'm sorry,
I
Michael.
was
Okay.
like,
My
wait.
bad.
That don't
I
sound
didn't
right.
give me your
Michael.
glasses.
Right.
Michael Williams.
Michael. Yeah, I haven't seen it spelled like that before. I'm going to have to
Thank
take a
you.
picture.
Ooh, girl, you blind. Goddamn, these words got smaller.
I can't drive without them. I leave them in my car, but
No, put them back on.
Put 'em back on.
You need it, you need them. But I'm
got?
sorry, Michael Williams. That is Michael Williams. Okay, it's an associate of R. Kelly's, said a victim, Azariel Clary, who was the last woman that R. Kelly was dealing with, caught on fire for speaking out on the things that R. Kelly was doing to her. So his associate, which is Michael Williams, set the girl car on fire, and she had a nerve to goddamn pose
in front of oh my
in
gosh,
front of her. The girl car who set
To
on
jail.
fire. I'm gonna say this.
to jail.
For you to even support, I'm gonna say this, and I feel like our parents failed us when they was continuing to support R. Kelly when they knew that he was touching on little girls.
Yeah.
Period. I ain't make my parents play this music. They was dead ass wrong. I was a child, and y'all knew this man was pissing on little girls and having sex with girls. R. Kelly team has failed him, but we're with through all this before on the other season. But I'm gonna say this: that Michael Williams, you are a fucked up person for even trying to hold a man who is a molester, child predator, to make sure you trying to make him look good because this girl speaking out. And girl, you goddamn crazy too. Ain't no way, I'm gonna say this. Ain't no way any woman that's doing R. Kelly didn't know he had his goddamn addiction. I don't give a damn. Ain't no way. I'm too nosy. When I'm with somebody, I'm all in your goddamn business. I'm gonna know whatever house you got. I know every goddamn thing. So for people to act like I didn't know, bitch, you lying. Even I think his ex-wife knew too. Drea Kelly, I don't fuck with her either. Ain't no way you gonna tell me that you did not know you had a fucked up husband.
just to be in the limelight.
That's
People
why
put
she
over
gone.
anything.
Yeah,
Like, people
I
will
don't
put
trust. I don't
anything
trust her either, Andrea.
to hang around famous people or to be in the limelight. Like I don't.
Let me tell you
care.
something. I had opportunity for. I had her opportunity down because I found out that she was there, and she's bigger than me. But I said I would not be in social. I don't support that shit. I'm tired of people trying to act like I didn't know. Like you don't know if your man. You don't know if your husband out here Friday. You sleep with this goddamn person every goddamn night, and you don't know he doing wire fried. Like it doesn't make sense to me, and so I'm gonna. Like I said, I have to hold everybody accountable. So Andrea Kelly, I don't fuck with you. I don't fuck with you. I don't fuck with you, and I don't fuck anybody who is associated with R. Kelly team, and that's why all y'all asses got whack ass of the goddamn day. Now let's keep into our segment for our good guests.
Lord, well, the first segment was so hot and on fire. We really gonna have to follow this, but
I know we keeping y'all entertained.
I am telling you. Well, I'm really excited, guys. You know, we really always bring you some great guests and some great content right here on conVo with Friendz, and I'm excited, guys, to bring this next person into the studio, and that's none other than Mr. Patrick Winters, better known as Kapitol P in the building.
Kapitol P, yo, yes, sir. What's going on?
And we're going to have a dialogue, guys, about a lot of different things, but mostly prison reform. But before we dive into that, Kapitol P, tell the people who you are.
Well, like you said, my company name Patrick Winters. My name is Kapitol P. That's my artist name, stage name. Kapitol P stands for Killing All Previous Ignorant Thoughts of Life. I come from Maywood, Illinois, outside of West Side, Chicago. I recently just came home from the federal institution. I recently was sentenced to 120 months in the federal institution, 10 years. I was released about 6-7 months ago. I received immediate compassionate release from the judge. I did a pro se motion, submitted it to the judge. 30 days later, he let me out to recoup. Got COVID. At the time, I was at the worst jail in the BOP in Elkton, Ohio. It was most prevalent with the COVID disease. We had about 46 inmates outside at the hospital, about 10 police was sick, about 10 inmates died. We had turned the visiting room into a hospital, the gym into a hospital, had the National Guard down there, so it was real ugly at the time. So I was sitting there. It was 3 jails. We had Elkton, Ohio, you had Oakdale in Louisiana, and Danbury, Connecticut. Those were the 3 worst institutions in the BOP. So I was looking at different cases of dudes that was getting released and at that law library computer, like I was telling you earlier. And I took some of their motions and implemented it with what I was writing up, and I took my medical records with my asthma, then my blood pressure. I was getting that checked every day during the week, and I was getting a record of it, having recording it. So I attached that with my other medical records to the motions I wrote up and submitted it to the judge. Originally, they shot it down because this how slick they get. They say I didn't go about a proper chain of command to submit it at the institutional level. You got to submit it at the institutional level first before you can write the courts. But what they did at the institutional level, they stopped letting you submit it on paperwork, and you had to do an electronic response over the computer and submit it electronically. Now, I got to wait for y'all to send me my response. So if I don't have no response and I did it over the computer, I have nothing to submit to the courts to prove that I tried to resolve this at the institutional level. So it took me like an extra 3 months. When I finally got that paperwork, I attached it and resubmitted it to the courts. And 30 days later, the judge granted me compassionate release and terminated my sentence.
So COVID-19 really helps you out.
Absolutely. Well, I only had about 9 months left on my sentence, but yeah, that alleviated me having to go to the halfway.
So you did
house
10 years?
Did like 9 years for a month. I got sentenced to 120 months, but I didn't complete I didn't have to do the whole 10.
Wow.
How many months is 9 months?
Too many?
10 years, 120 months.
Oh,
120 months to 10 years. That's what I was saying when I got back in the
and you
bullshit.
did
Like,
99
damn,
months.
she gave me 120 months. I'm cool. I got back to the bullpen.
He was like,
Man, that little judge just gave me 10 years, man. But that was a mandatory minimum. I couldn't get nothing less than 10. That's another way they get you. We talked about them since earlier. They give you a mandatory minimum, so you could be your first time ever getting caught with drugs or catching a drug case, and you got to do at least 10 years, regardless of what your background is, regardless of this being your first. The way they got it set up, you got a mandatory minimum of 10. You can't get nothing less than this. We don't let you do your thing and get down. So we don't do that. But if you got caught with this,
wait, what's the I don't
when
get that.
you do some rat shit and you get down on somebody you peed in the bed with. Now we'll give you less than 10. That's how they get you. Now if you work with them, we're gonna give you less than this 10. If you tell them
I'm gonna say
right
this.
out. I'm telling on somebody.
I'm telling on your
I'm telling on somebody.
See,
I'm sorry.
Y'all law-abiding citizens. When you sign up for this shit, if you in the streets and this is what you doing, you know what you signed up for.
You know what?
Don't go that
The
way.
reason why I don't agree with
We
that
ain't
bullshit,
telling nothing over
I ain't
here.
trying to say that what you said with
I'm
that
telling.
bro code bullshit. When my
But you gonna
cousin
be a
went to
dead
jail,
man in these streets.
when my brother went to jail, jail, ain't none of his goddamn homeboys, ain't none of my brother homeboys came by checking
But
my
listen.
goddamn. Hold on, let me finish. Ain't none come check on my goddamn mama. So fuck the bro code, bitch. Yes,
Telling.
so and so, so and so, and so and so and so and
But
so.
listen,
This where the
big
drug
dog.
house at.
But listen here, then, big dog. They ain't got shit to do with the bro code. If your bros look out for you, if they don't look out for you, that's the type of niggas you was fuck with, or individuals you dealt with. That got nothing to do with your morals and your principles and what you signed up for.
You don't.
If you got
Also,
morals and
If you know-
principles and a certain
and
character,
why would you be telling if you know you did dirt too?
If you
So
was
I'm
doing
not
this
telling
shit,
no nothing because
I
I
ain't
was
going
you was involved in this, you gotta wear that. You
gotta wear
held for
that.
the
So you
responsibility.
telling me? Hold on, Cap. So you telling me?
Me and
the judge-
Rodney ain't going
if
to
the
jail.
judge said, "Nigga, you getting nine." I'm sorry.
If you was
oh my
involved,
God, that's so
you take your
horrible.
time.
Black
If
man,
you
you
was
get
involved.
you get 99 years unless you tell. You gonna do 99 years?
I'ma
My
do
sentence was
99
10 to
years.
life, homie. I ain't finna tell on no mother. I
Oh,
know what I
hell
signed up
no.
for.
G-code.
I signed up. That's the
Look,
problem now.
Hell
Hey,
no.
we
It ain't
gonna
Okay.
about
my
getting the
time.
G-code.
So Kapitol P, what's the G code? Because you got some
No,
listeners
see,
who
see the G code.
who don't know what a G code
get the
is.
G code confused.
I'll be scared on the streets.
See the G
If I
code.
told on somebody, I ain't telling nothing. I'm saying
Let us hear what the G code
G
is.
code is applied to individuals that's involved in the streets and signed up for this, and you know what you signed up for, and you know you was involved in the streets, and you say, man, this is what I want to do. I want to gang bang. I want to sell work. I want to do that. You jumped off the porch and you chose this. So you got to wear the consequences that come with that if that shit go left or if it go bad. Now when it go left, don't get to telling on Ricky, Tommy, and Ray Ray niggas you peed up in the bed with because it done went left because you signed up for this and you knew what was going on. Now if you a law-abiding citizen and you went to school and you ain't with that shit and you said I want it and you see somebody get killed, hell yeah, I'm telling, man, because I'm not with this shit. I'm not a street individual. But when you signed up for this, it's a whole different thing. Now part 2 of the G code is what you was talking about. What individuals do when you gone. I had a few good men look out for me. I've seen a few niggas didn't do a bitch ass thing for me, but I know how to carry you. Just because you didn't do something for me don't mean I'm gonna tell on you because I still gotta live with that. Uncle the Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. Chairman Fred Hampton, informant, told on him. End up getting him killed by the Chicago Police Department.
Yeah.
Rat shit. You see what I'm saying? It's too many people glorifying this shit, man, and accepting this shit. When I say G code, it's for the individuals that know what they was doing and signed up for this shit, man. I knew what I signed up for, and I knew what my consequences was. So when they presented themselves, I had to accept them consequences and run with it. I'm not gonna bend, fold, or break my morals and principles because, okay, so now I tell on you, well, you ain't got caught, you ain't did nothing. I get caught and I tell on you and get you locked up because I'm locked up. Now we both sitting in the cell looking dumb as hell, and I done got you locked up and took you away from your family because of what I signed up for and what I chose to do.
Good
just
point.
because you getting away with it and I didn't don't mean I need to tell
Well,
on
let
you
me
because you
say
still
this.
getting away
Let
with
me
it.
say this.
I'm
It
telling.
Should any goddamn with that again with his statement, should any goddamn body be crying by any citizen your ass get? Since you gonna say bro code, G code, it's this bitch code. I ain't may say bitch code.
Yes, you
this
did.
shit code. Don't be right here crying talking about, oh, I got 20 goddamn years. You fucking right. You want to do the crime? You do the goddamn time. That's how I feel. So if we gonna hold that same standard, I had to talk to my brother like this. Brother, you been out just since 1995, doing 10, 15 years. You want to cry about the goddamn sentencing, but you still doing the bullshit to get your ass in jail. You can't have both. You can't. I just have to keep it real.
And that's another thing, a lack of knowledge. A lot of individuals don't even know what the time carry for the crime that you doing.
That is
if you
so
doing this
true.
shit and you riding with this, you need to know what this carry if I get caught with it.
I agree with
when
that.
I get caught, when I got caught with a kilogram, I got caught possession with intent to distribute a kilogram of heroin. I knew that this carried a mandatory minimum of 10 years. So now my conversation is different with you people when you get me in this room.
So let's talk about
Heroin.
when you got caught. Did you sell to an informant or
No. My case was a bogus traffic stop on the highway where they extended the traffic stop. I was a passenger in the car. You can look my case up. It went all the way to Supreme Court. It's supposed to overturn my case. I was a passenger in the car. The lady was driving. You pulled me over. You asked to step out the car. You asked for a license, registration, give you a license, everything. You didn't ask her to step out the car. You write a warning ticket and a citation for speeding. Boom. You give her the ticket back. After that, traffic stop over after that. After you give her this warning ticket for speeding, so-called speeding, she get back in the car. You come to the passenger side and begin questioning me for an additional 10 minutes. I'm the passenger. I have nothing to do with what's going on. Could I search the car? The lady that's driving just told you couldn't search the car. Why are you even talking to me? I don't even have to answer you. So you extend the traffic stop another 10 minutes and wait for your drug dog to get there. And then you pull me out the car 15 minutes later and search the car. And you say that the dog so-called hit after you gave the dog the signal and hit on the car and say you found whatever you supposed to found in the car. You know?
So did the girl go to jail too?
The girl went to jail for like 2 days and got released.
Yeah,
They-
wow.
Yeah,
they put on-
typically.
Because it was your stuff.
Yeah, they said it was my stuff. So
Yeah.
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Hey, so whatever, even it ain't my stuff. Y'all found it inside this rental car. She going, regardless, this sister, y'all need to let this sister go. Whatever y'all gonna
I
wear, y'all
love
can put it
that.
on me. Y'all ain't finna let this sister go. She ain't, you know what I'm saying?
And some guys
So-
wouldn't have did that because I
Right.
had some of my friends catch felonies for guys because they'd be like, "Say it's yours," because I got too much on mine's
Right.
my record.
It's a terrorist.
Mention my
That's
friend.
some bitch shit
It's a
right
Terry
there.
stop. It's a clock. It's called the Terry.
I
It's
got
Terry
pulled
stop.
over 3 times coming back. When I was 21, I was living in Kentucky at the time, and I was me and 4 friends drove to California. Yeah, I used to live the life. So we drove to California. When we was coming back, we got pulled over 3 times. Like we got pulled over in New Mexico, Arizona. Like it was just like every state.
And they searched
It
your
was
car?
yeah, every single time. And at the time, I was dating this guy that was from California. And every time they would pull me over, they'd be like, "Ma'am, are you okay? Are you okay?" They wanted me to say something, but guess what? The first time I realized why they were saying that. He was wanted for murder, rape, robbery in California. Yeah, his
What?
name was H-Bo. I
Oh,
thought
Hey, now,
wait,
Hey,
hey,
listen,
this is
listen,
getting
let me
too
tell
deep
you.
here.
bring
I
that.
thought he was the love of my life. I had his initials.
How we went from prison reform to the love of your life? I'm
Listen.
confused.
My initials was all over his body because he was from Nut Hood. It was an area in California, but NH.
But
was
he
all over his
raping,
house.
you know, he was raping people.
Rodney,
Andrea
I'm gonna
Kelly.
need to get
Let me
your
tell you,
co-host.
everybody that's charged for stuff, back to what we were saying earlier, everybody's charged for something
Didn't
didn't
mean they
have
did it.
didn't.
Okay, I can.
Now
agree
he went with
that.
some guys. He said he
Allegedly.
was with the robbery. He said he was with the robbery, but he was not with shooting SA's girl and fucking his sister. He said he was not with that shit. He said they knew they was going to rob dude. It was some essays. It was yeah. But anyway, make a long story short, I have experienced so much. That's why I'm a monk now. But
Okay.
make a long story short, I have been in
Let's get back to prison
more
reform
multiple
because
situations where he could have. That particular time, I ain't gonna tell you what happened on those stops.
we appreciate
He could have
that.
really said
This show today, Lord.
this
Oh,
was
yeah.
my rental car, so he could have said it was my
Now,
shit.
listen, see, that's
He was a
crazy
real
you said
nigga.
that because
It was my rental car.
Go ahead,
I
Capital
could
P.
not be
Go
here
ahead.
right now, friend.
Go ahead. Let Capital P respond.
the rental car I was in was rented by my cousin. It's the same last name as me and everything. The police officer, now this is where they get you with reasonable suspicion. They always say the police had reasonable suspicion to believe that criminal activity was afoot. Your reason to believe that criminal activity was afoot, you said that she was nervous and shaking when she gave you her license, which any average motorist is nervous.
Right.
Getting pulled over
I
by the
get
police.
nervous when I get pulled
you
over.
said you
'cause,
didn't
know.
think that my rental car can make it back to Chicago at the time it was due, which has nothing to do with you. I can extend this rental. The car's
Right.
not stolen. Then you said that I was laid back nervous with a frown on my face. And then you said your last read you thought criminal. You didn't find it plausible for me to be going through Chattanooga or through Memphis or Tennessee to get to Chicago. These was his reasons for saying that he thought criminal activity was afoot and he needed to call the crime dog and needed to extend my stop 15 minutes past what the time was.
I mean, calling the pot kettle black. He did find something.
No. It's not about what you found or whatever was in
About
the
what
hood.
happened
It's about
before.
the chain of commands you went about finding
Yes.
this. And did you
Right.
violate any laws in the
Right.
system, how that's set in the system upon you finding this? If we come in your crib with a warrant for this and we find that, or we come in kicking your house with no warrant and we find 30 bricks, this was unjustifiable how we came in your house. So this is not supposed to be permissible in court.
And sometimes they throw things out because of that reason,
this-
because you did not follow proper protocol.
It's protocol
Yeah.
that's involved.
So that
So
is
why
the
yours
thing.
didn't get thrown out then?
Well, my case, I went on appeal. I got back on appeal and went to Supreme Court. Hey, hold on. You was still
No, why your lawyer didn't get it thrown out since all this stuff?
Because it's the feds and it's the system. And
It
it's how they
takes
do everybody.
forever.
It's
The
hurry up and
feds.
lock them up. We're going to take our time letting you out.
Yeah.
We know we bogus. We know you wrong. But if you don't go to prison and find this loophole or fight this.
You gonna
and
be
try
in
to-
prison.
No, but I thought your lawyer was supposed to.
Your lawyer
That
is
have
part-
you seen
your
for
lawyer he worked for
years.
you. He worked for them too. He would.
So if you
Yeah.
got a public defender, you
I
have a public
I had
defender.
a paid lawyer.
You had a
but
paid lawyer?
lawyers don't mean nothing with the feds. First of all.
Right.
They don't.
No, they ain't. You ain't got nothing come with. And then second of all, as lawyers, they gonna help you to
Rivalry.
a certain extent. At the end of the day, them lawyers ain't really right.
And I will say this too, without getting too much into it. You know, you brought up a good point because I know someone who had a paid lawyer, paid almost $100,000, and the paid lawyer was working with the judge. So oftentimes you bring a good
yeah.
point up that
went to school
paid
together.
lawyers, it depends on whose side he on. You golfing with the judge. Come on now.
Or you got a
You
good
know?
lawyer. Well, I got a good relationship with the judge. Oh, I messed with. We went to grad school together. It's all type of old favors. You might be the favor. man, I gave you that winner's case, man. I need a job.
Yeah, you know, it was a judge back at home who was partnering with a jail. He got paid for every inmate he sent somebody to jail.
Mm-hmm. And that's true too, because I helped somebody get out where, paid, some money, and the lawyer I hired went to school with the judge. He said, hey, you give me this right here, I guarantee this person gonna walk. And what did they do? Walk. Record clean. Because I know the judge. I'm telling you, I've experienced that firsthand.
That system is vicious. And the state case is way different than the fed case. It's easy to buy a case in the state or work something out with that federal system. Like you see all the time.
But I have another question for you. What made you get into the drug business?
Good question.
What made me get into the drug business? Well, I grew up around drugs. On the block. Well, my mother always tried to let me rewind that. My mother always tried to make sure I wasn't around no drugs. My mother had when she was 16 years old. He got to move me out to New Jersey, try to move me in different neighborhoods where I wasn't around that. But I always found myself around that. I always seen things pulling up when I was 13, 14. I knew what passed. It attracted me.
That's the role models.
Like,
growing up.
The dealers was the role models, the who, you getting money. They getting money, pulling up fly. But I wasn't just trying to sell drugs to get fly and buy no fancy cars. I got a single mother at home. My mother was by herself working 2-3 jobs. I ain't with that. I'm finna find a way to get me some bread and try to ease this on my mama, what she got going on. Then on top of that, it's like after a while it become a social norm. When you see it so much, you see so many people hustling. You see some people on the corner pulling up. You see licks pulling up all day. Talking about you got this, you got that. After a while, like hold on.
That's all you know.
Yeah, I got it. What's going on? Ain't nobody out here. Well, yeah, I got to see. I started off just whooping people, faking like giving them fake work. You pull up. It was so much traffic on the block. I grew up on 19th St. Charles. Like that's like one of the worst intersections where I'm from. So they pulling up, ask for this. Ain't nobody out here. Yeah, I got it. I might give you some cocoa butter. I might give you some hard bread out the microwave. Anything. You know what I'm saying? Then I start finding jabs on the block. Well, other drug dealers hiding work somewhere. Oh, I'm finna take this back. Now I got my own pack. And then before you know it, you need deep with water. Before you look up the water over your neck.
So before we close this segment out, I want you to talk about real quickly.
I never was a drug dealer like that though. It was like a spur of the moment. The case I caught really was I was a drug dealer, but I wasn't a drug dealer. Like it was just
you had people working for you.
Nah, it's like you got drug dealers where you locked in and say I'm good at selling drugs and I'm saying. And then you guys know this like I'm trying to do this right now because I got a purpose and I'm trying to move this right here. I just need a little bit of it, and that's when you trick yourself.
Some real good businessmen,
What do you call that then? A person you that's doing it for?
I was a hustler.
Investor.
A hustler.
Oh,
yeah.
I was a hustler because I'm not.
And you had a kilo of heroin.
That's what they said.
Well, allegedly, you
better use that word allegedly.
You had a kilo of heroin. That's a lot of.
That's a
Billie
lot
Holiday was addicted to heroin, and I saw the little bit she put in her vein. Goddamn, a whole kilo.
You talk about later on, and that stage of my life. You talk about that. That's okay. I think you was talking about when I was young.
Don't give them all your information. Don't give them all your
You
information.
asked me how did I start becoming a drug
Well,
dealer?
y'all, I don't mind sharing my story. Y'all, my first time ever selling drugs.
Wait a minute. You was a drug dealer too?
Let me tell you. Listen. The first time I ever, don't you know, they sold me, and I went to buy crack. They sold me heroin. The only reason why I knew because
not heroin.
when I sold it to this lady, she came back and was like, "Baby girl, I don't know what you got, but that shit got me itching. I wanted crack. You done sold me some heroin." And I looked at the shit and I said, "This do look browner than crack," because I'm used to seeing crack and coke and shit.
Okay,
like
girl.
And this is at 15.
Capital P.
Allegedly, you was
15.
selling drugs.
I was 15.
Allegedly.
Too much. TMI. Too much.
I was 15.
Can you tell the people how they can? We have to bring you back for part 2 because we really wanted to take some time to get into prison reform. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on Convo with Friends and sharing your story and just being so transparent about your story. But tell our listeners how they can get in contact with you.
Oh, you can get in contact with me I had a Rich Foundation, Rich program, raising individual children and be heroes. That's a non-for-profit I got for teen fathers and students between freshmen and seniors in high school. I got CapitolPmusic.com where you want to get all my videos and latest music on Apple Music, Spotify, all the platforms.
Okay.
My Instagram would be Capital, that's _P, KAPITOL _P. And upcoming on May 22nd, I got a live performance on virtual performance to a live band. I'm doing a concert. You're gonna be able to download that link and you can watch that. It'll be on May 22nd. So that's pretty much all I got going on right now. That's the Instagram.
You doing big things.
I love
Capital
it.
P.
You ain't
I
even
got
been out
the beard
long.
got the beard oil coming out too. Now I got a beard brand
Oh.
called BBG. The big
I
beard
love
brand.
it.
Well, look,
Boss man in the
I
building.
really hate that we ran out of time.
I know.
I really want to get into it, but we don't have time.
He has to come back.
Yeah, we're going to have to bring you back. We really have to bring you back. We had to dedicate a whole show just to talk.
Prison
And
reform.
on the
that's-
prison reform, they can actually look up on A&E. I did a documentary my first week out on called Voices Magnified, Locked Up in America. You got Ludacris doing a narration on it. You go on A&E, Hulu, or whatever. On Voices Magnified, Locked Up in America was on A&E.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my first week out.
I'll be
Prison
bringing the
reform. Since we
guests.
talk about
I'll be
prison
bringing the
reform,
guests.
Well, welcome to your new life. This is your second life, and God bless you, brother.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm really glad you doing a lot. You at least you're coming out helping your
Absolutely.
community.
Yes,
It's a
to
lot of people that
avoid-
come out, i.e. my brother, that come out and do the same dumbass shit and don't give a fuck about
Nah,
nobody.
I'm just trying to prevent others from running the same brick
Yeah,
walls.
and
I
I really thank you for that.
I'm definitely inspired by you for sure.
Yes. But
Now it's time.
we are come to the segment called The Letter, read by Nasha.
It's a letter. Combo with Friends. I just want to say thank you for providing a voice to everyone. You guys keep me well informed and laughing at the same damn time. Well, I am a black man with a very successful career. I recently moved from Atlanta to Memphis, Tennessee. I joined a church there to only be asked to leave because of my homosexuality. I thought it was a joke because the God I serve loves everyone. I also give 10% of my earnings, and I love offering to the pastor. I don't see homosexuality as a sin. Just because you can see my sin, it's others who sin in church as well. Why does the church feel like they are over God? Do you think it's okay for a church to ask you not to come and worship in a place that was built for God?
What you got, Capital P? What you think? What you think about that?
You can be honest.
The world tell you to be yourself, but when you really be yourself, they don't like it, and they think you're going to influence their kids.
Was that part of the letter, or was you just?
Oh, that was a letter. No, that wasn't.
I'm talking about that last
No,
one.
no. We done.
Nasha just be, she just
No,
be
that
putting
was-
her own
Yeah, that was-
comments and thoughts.
Yeah, that was my opinion on that letter. Anybody else have an opinion on the letter?
You go, Capital P.
I mean, they say you. What was the comment you just made about being yourself?
Like, everybody tells you to be yourself. Like, that's what we grew up. Like, be yourself. Just be yourself. But people now, in this day and age, being yourself is so many different ways.
But that's because it became cool to be everybody but yourself, and a lot of people suffering from identity crisis. The worst person to deal with or be around is somebody that don't know their identity,
Right,
because they'll switch, sway, and go any type of way. That's why you got to deal with individuals that know who their identity is, and that comes from having knowledge. A lot of people don't have knowledge of themselves, and they're not comfortable with themselves. And, they come from self-esteem. That's why you have so many people. Well, I'm not going to get into all that. That's a whole new
Right.
segment, but
Well, here's my thought. I don't think anybody should be put out the church.
No.
I'm completely 100 million gazillion % against that. Because, I often tell people you can't judge nobody's sin when you are a sinner yourself. You need to worry about getting yourself right and not worry about trying to get somebody else right. Now, I will say this. I support, I don't judge people whatsoever, but the Bible says that God wanted us to be fruitful and multiply. In other words, procreate. When you procreate, that means you are bringing forth life. life can only come out of the womb of a woman. I'm teaching, I know it. You cannot bring life out of a man, because a man does not have a womb, period. There's no clinical or Bible way or no other way that you can say that a baby is going to drop out of a man.
Absolutely not.
Not
That
gonna
goes
happen.
against
So we should
divine
only-
order.
Let me finish my thought. It's just not going to happen whatsoever. So I believe God created marriage for man and a woman.
Period.
But I don't judge people. If your lifestyle is homosexuality and I'm a liar or I'm fornicating, I don't have a leg
Or
to stand
talking
on.
about folks,
Or
or
talking
judging
about
folks.
people or gossiping. I don't have a leg to stand on.
Shop too much.
But my belief stands with a couple being a male and a female, therefore creating to bring forth life. This Lakiba, I am a Christian. That's what I believe. That's what I stand on. But I do not judge people, because I then too can be judged, because we are all yet sinners.
I think I missed a piece of that letter.
Okay.
Got that
So
out.
it sounds like he started going to a church and he was told that he's not welcome
And why?
because of his sexuality. So I'm thinking he's probably a little more flamboyant. Because believe it, friend or not, there's people in that church that's gay, but they just up under the rug behind
There's
closed
people
doors.
in that church that you
All
fornicating,
type of-
sleeping
with the pastors,
the
deacons.
pastor, and sleeping with everybody else.
sin
You
is
A
have
sin
going
is
on.
a sin.
a sin is a sin.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this coming from a gay, my homosexuality brother myself. The Bible can, if you don't know the Bible for yourself, you can read stuff. The Bible talks about so many different things. Where back then, if a woman was on her period, she could not be in the same home as her man, her husband. She had to go away until her
Things
cycle was off.
changes. It's a new
You
day.
can't eat shellfish. You can't eat this. You can't do this. You can't. And look, I'm not here to tell you what to listen to, what not to listen to in the Bible. But what I don't like is people to point out it got a million things in the Bible say you can't not do. But when it's gay, all the other stuff is out the window. We only focus on your gayness. That
Now,
bothers me
I
because
agree with
I
that.
know God, and ain't nobody gonna ever tell me that God don't love me.
I agree with that.
And at the same time, I don't believe in being a liar. I'm not going to be with a woman knowing that I'm not happy, then knowing that I'm not satisfied, and then I'm cheating on her to be with a man, which a lot of men do
Too much.
I
because
respect that.
because of the
I respect
Bible.
that.
But when you find out God and for yourself, and in the 10 Commandments, which the laws we are supposed to go by, ain't no way in there saying don't be gay.
And I feel like
It's
God
telling
is
you how to be a good, decent human being.
I feel that God is both masculine and feminine energy. And I had a dog once. Y'all could not tell me. I don't know if animals can be gay, but this dog, when he want to hump on, so little daddy will only hump on male dogs.
I'm sorry, Capital P.
When we try to get him, we try to get him a girl. You know how when you know your dog is hot because he humping on everybody, but this dog will only hump on males and male dogs.
So now you had a gay dog?
Let me tell you. So I just feel like God didn't just
done.
I feel like God is such a creative God. And I don't feel like God is a man or a woman. I feel like he may walk out as a drag queen one day. He was like, bitches, but no. I'm being trying to be.
All right.
I'm trying to be
All right.
funny,
Walking out
y'all.
like
That's
that.
true.
God has a very
Yes, listen.
What else you got to say, Rodney? 'Cause
Look, this-
it's going
God-
left real quick.
Okay.
We run out of time, y'all. We gotta go.
I do believe there is feminine and masculine energy. Friend, I hope we was able to help you with that situation. But the church should not have asked you to leave because of your sexuality.
Yes, I do.
Unless now they might could tell you to tone it down, but like, look, don't come in here with no dresses,
Don't tell
no
me
heels.
with nothing. That
But
at the end
even
of the day,
you said,
and
right,
hold on, at the
you
end of
was
the day,
raised by your father,
at the
and you would
end
not
of the
dress
day,
like a woman.
the church is made for God. Let's just be very
You would
clear.
not dress like a woman.
That's not me, but I can't judge everybody else. The church is made for God. Ain't nobody over God. You did to worship God, not the pastor, not the choir, not the first lady, not the people in the congregation. You are there for God. And when you step over God, think you are God, and you were trying to turn somebody from God's house, shame the fuck on you. But now we have to close out this
That
letter.
must be a country church. Like
Let's
they
get-
must ain't been
Let's
around other
go.
people.
We gotta
before.
go. We can close out the letter so we can go, sis.
I'm disappointed in that church.
I am too. But tell the people how, do your closing.
Okay, guys. So there you have it, friends. I hope we was able to assist you, and don't feel so bad, and be yourself. Go where you are accepted and where there is love. It's gonna be a group of people that love you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So friends, if you have any questions or you have some life-changing situations or you would like to ask us or join in on the conversation, you need to congratulate someone, you need to throw out some kudos to someone, we are your friends. So feel free to reach out to us at conVo with Friendz with an S podcast@gmail.com. That's conVo with Friendz with an S podcast@gmail.com. See you next week.
Oh yes, this was
Oh,
a
no.
good week. I'm sorry, Ernest, you wasn't here to do all this
It was
glory,
hot.
Miss you.
but this was a good week. We want to say Kapitol P, thank you for coming on. We got to bring you back. I really
Thanks for
want to
having
bring you back for real, because
Yes.
like we didn't really get to dive in like I wanted to. I feel like everybody else feel the same way. But friends, unfortunately, we are coming to an end of the segment, and this is where we're gonna tell you guys, if you like our content, if you like what we're giving you in each and every week, donate to the podcast. You guys, we have merch and you can donate. Give $5 or more. I ain't gonna say $1 no more. Give $5 or more. That can help the podcast keep going and growing. And you can donate to us on our website at www.convo-with-friends-podcast.com, or you can click on the donate button in every description of whatever podcast platform lists us on. And also, you guys, you can find us on iHeartRadio
Pandora.
YouTube.
and everywhere goddamn else, because we everywhere, bitches.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are really everywhere. So you guys like, subscribe, and comment. Subscribe us on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel out now. We are not implementing video, so go and give us some goddamn views, okay? You can see what's going on in the studio. And shout out to our engineer Gio. And you guys, well, this is good. Goodbye. Hey friends, this is Rodney.
Hey fam, this is Lakiba.
Check it out, y'all. Kapitol P.
Bye for now. It's Nasha. Change gonna come.
And coming with friends. We're out, guys. Bye, guys.
Bye. We love y'all. Peace. Be safe.